So today was actually quite an interesting one. As trivial as it sounds, I was able to move around in bed a lot closer to normal, not quite normally, for the first time in where are we now? Thursday, since Monday. And that led me to want to go to the gym and try a few things. I didn't quite stick to task with regards to what my coach had programmed for me. He had programmed for me a pretty normal day. And after reading it, to be quite frank, sitting around, like not even sitting around, but just moving nominally around the house has been difficult. It hasn't been easy, just doing trivial tasks. So I looked at a lot of the stuff and quite frankly just said, nah, like I'm not even gonna bother giving it a go because I'm not even confident just moving yet. Like I'm walking around still in a bit of a zombie-like state, physically anyway. Simply because I don't have confidence in the way that I move. Just getting up off the sofa or going to the toilet and wiping my backside has been a pain. It's in the arse. It's been, no pun intended. It's been a real pain. So when I saw certain things like the front squat and things like that, I was just like, nah, today it's not gonna happen. So I sift through and got some of the things done that I'd seen that I felt like I'd be able to do. And then there were some things that I just did because they served me well in the last couple of days when I did them. Mainly the RDLs of sorts, like just deadlifts, hip hinges with kettlebells. I did jump on the spin bike for half an hour just because I wanted to get blood flow and I wanted to break a sweat. And I knew that because I wasn't going to do the entirety of my workout, I wasn't going to break a sweat in the workout, so I needed to do that another way. And that felt really good. I really enjoyed that. And then, lastly, I knew I wanted to try the 45-degree hyper machine because I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. Standing up straight is really uncomfortable. Asking my spine to go into lordosis in any capacity is really uncomfortable, and asking it to overextend is really uncomfortable. So I thought, right, well, what exaggerates those two movements the most? The 45-degree hyper. And it was really nice feeling my way into that movement. At the beginning, just coming down here was too uncomfortable and coming up. But as each rep went by, I was able to bend my spine a little bit better each time. I get a little bit deeper and then extend a little bit higher and a little bit stronger, which I really enjoyed. It was really nice. And most importantly, standing up after it, I felt like a new man, honestly. I've been walking around hunchback the last few days, really imbalanced because of the imbalance in my hips. So I've kind of been like crunched over to my left hip, and then my right upper back's been overcompensating to try and hold me up and pin me up. My left upper back hasn't really been doing much because I'm slouched to this side and my right side is trying to keep me up. It's been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. So that feeling after the 45-degree hyper, honestly, it was beautiful. It was really nice. And I realized I can get a similar effect just at home, standing, doing, I guess, the equivalent to a Jefferson curl with no weight. So I'm gonna double down on that and get a load of them in whilst I'm at home, because I've been doing the protocol, which you would have seen, not yesterday's video, the video before, I believe. I've been doing the protocol at home, so that's helped a lot, and this has very much turned into a deload week. Unfortunately, it's not been a perfect deload because, like, for example, today I wasn't willing to get under the bar and even attempt to front squat because everything's really tight right now. Like, even just getting my arms up here, it's not going to happen because of the limited movement in my lower back. I've been overcompensating in other areas, and like, for example, yesterday attempting to do the pull-up isometric at halfway, I couldn't, like, my back was just too taxed. My back's been hyper engaged for a few days now in a way that it's not usually. My shoulders have been excessively pinned back, and I've been overarching my mid back as a compensation for my lower back being unable to straighten or extend. So there's just a lot of things, like even right now, bringing my elbows up, it's not happening. My lats are too tight, my shoulders are too tight, hanging off the bar. I've been hanging a lot. Thankfully, I've got a banister at home that I can hang off, and hanging has given some relief to my lower back, but most importantly, it's keeping my shoulders and my mid back kind of loose, which I feel without that, I probably would be in a much worse spot. But yeah, just gotta keep pushing. I was gutted. This was supposed to be the week where I got back to BJJ. I'm gonna get to my second Muay Thai class, but I can't think like that. Just gotta keep grinding, recover well, and get back at it. If you made it this far, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you more than you can imagine. I know things are quite boring right now. They're very boring for me, so I can only imagine how boring it is for you going around watching me train as if I'm bloody Superman to barely able to walk. But we've been here before, innit? And you know I'll bounce back. So thank you very much, and I shall see you tomorrow.